All right, guys, good morning. Welcome to our unique devotion for the day. All right, so I have a little bit of a side question to toss out there to you. And that question is, what seeds are you planting today? Total side question for you to think about. All right, so today I'm going to read Galatians chapter 2, verses 11 through 13. The beginning title is No Return to the Law. And then there's a question to go along with this one. But I just wanted to put that out there. It's a question that I've been thinking about every morning the last couple of days, um, as though not as though, with communicating with God, that He's asking me, Brandon, what sort of seeds do you want to plant today? Um, and then just kind of thinking about that as I wake up. So, side question. But here's the scripture. This is even more important, maybe. Here we go. Now, when Peter had come to Antioch, I withstood him to his face, because he was to be blamed. For before certain men came from James, he would eat with the Gentiles. But when they came, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing those who were of the circumcision. And the rest of the Jews also played the hypocrite with him, so that even Barnabas was carried away with their hypocrisy. So the gist here is the disciples, or a few of the disciples, are eating with Gentiles, but then some Jews come into play to eat, and they're afraid that they'll be judged, basically. So then they kind of withdraw, they scurry away, as though like being with the Gentiles is wrong. But yet they're there for the Gentiles to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ. So here's the question. Are you double-minded? See, there's many different aspects to double-mindedness. I'm just going to focus on this one real quick. Here, in this aspect, they're on one hand saying that it's good to be with the Gentiles, and it's okay to be with the Gentiles and to bring them the gospel because we're all in the same playing field. But then when those of judgment come around, then they turn tail and run as though this was wrong. So they're saying this is right, but it's wrong. And it's in a time of convenience. That's double-minded. They're having the same one situation with two different thoughts. That this situation is okay and this is right, this is the place we should be, but at the same time saying this place is not okay, this situation is wrong, this is the place we shouldn't be. Well, they conflict. You can't be both of them. You can only be good with the Gentiles and the Jews come in, just take whatever happens, or you can say be with the Gentiles and say that they're wrong, that they have no hope, and that the Jews are correct. But we know that the gospel is the direction, so that's why here he sort of is, the writer is coming down on them a little bit, that what they're doing is wrong. And he's pointing out their double-mindedness. That's what's being done here. So then the takeaway from that is, as we're going through the day and we're thinking about those seeds that are being planted in our lives, in our minds, in our hearts, in our souls, are you double-minded in anything that you come across today? In the way you react to certain people or situations, or just in thinking, just sort of work through that process a little bit. And, we get caught up in our day. Life is messy. Maybe at least at the end of the day, just before you go to bed, while you're brushing your teeth, just pause for a moment and think about, reflect. Were there any moments where I could consider that double-minded, and should I adjust and change something there? Is one right and wrong? Just sort of start thinking through that process a little bit. Most of the time, you're going to come up with at least one. At least throughout a week's time, you're probably going to come up with a few. Maybe not one every single day, but you definitely, hopefully, start to see patterns of things happening in your life and start to see how God is trying to form and make your life easier, more abundant, um, more complete, joyful, um, less double-mindedness. So, are you double-minded today? I hope that God gives you all the blessings you deserve, and even more so, all the blessings you don't deserve. Have a wonderful day until I see you next time.